Hello YouTube! So, I'm not dead, just in case you were wondering. It's been a while since I made one of these videos, and it's an understandable conclusion when someone disappears for a quarter of a year that you think they may have passed on. But I haven't, which is nice, I have to admit. What's happened to me now, which is why I haven't uploaded, is that I became afflicted. Afflicted? I became afflicted. I got a job. I did. Now, my job is one that I've actually talked to you about wanting to do before, and one that I now do 5 days a week. And that is working in service. You may remember a long time ago that I was talking about how I'd like to work in a bar. And I don't actually work in a bar, I work in a restaurant. And I spend most of my time serving, but I actually have spent a couple of nights working behind the bar as well, which is fun. I like it. I really enjoy the work and it's good. But so I have started working as a waiter in a restaurant. Pretty much, that's my predominant job there. Although, to be honest, I do everything. Well, no, I don't do everything. Like, I work in every section in there. Like, I work in, well, except for the kitchen, which I suppose is kind of like half the restaurant, but anyway. Yeah, like, I mean, since I started in September, I think. And since I started, I've been working on the floor, serving people, running drinks, running food, taking orders. I've been working in the pantry, which is kind of like the stopgap between the kitchen and the customer, where food comes up and then I bring it out, and yeah. So working in the pantry, and I've also worked, like I said, behind the bar. I've worked in the office in there, taking bookings and stuff like that. And what else have I done? Oh yeah, I've handed out flyers to the restaurant on the street, which is possibly my least favourite aspect of the job, I have to say. People kind of look at you like you got the plague when you're trying to hand them a flyer. And these are pretty good flyers. They were like 20% off on lunch. And our lunches are already pretty good value, so, pretty good voucher to get. But people don't want to be given things. It's understandable. I don't take flyers when I'm walking around, so don't really blame people for not wanting to take flyers from me. It's just, when you're on the other side of the coin, or the wall, or the glass, or whatever side of the thing you want to be on, it's it's a bit miserable. Actually, one of the times I was doing it, and I was walking past, I just handed someone a flyer, like, oh, thank you, and then they handed me one back, and I was like, oh, sorry, you're working here too, are you? They're like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, so I work in a restaurant now, and I've been doing it for, like I said, a couple of months, and I really enjoy it. I do. I actually really like the job. It's a lot of fun, it's challenging, it's very physical, and a lot more so than I was expecting. And yeah, it's good. I work with some really awesome people, I really like them. Very good friends with basically everyone I work with. Actually, not yet, just everyone. Everyone in there is really nice, and that's awesome, because that's what you want in a workplace. The most important thing for me, anyway, is having a friendly atmosphere, and I get on with everyone there. Like, you have the odd small argument over something, like when we're stressed and we're running around on the floor, but at the end of the day, we're all back to being pals again. We might go for a drink after work or something like that, which is nice. It's very nice to be able to get on well with the people that you're spending, let's be honest, a massive chunk of your week with. The one struggle with working in a restaurant is the hours. Now, I work on shifts, and I've been lucky for the past couple of weeks because I've had a couple of lunch shifts, which are great, because you go in at 12 when the restaurant opens, and you finish at 6, and it's almost like you're working a normal people work day, Afterwards, I can go out and I can see my friends, and I can socialize, and I can have a life. But weekends, gone. Weekends don't exist anymore. Jump edit. Sorry, my lovely father left my memory card down in Castlebar, so at the moment I'm running off 2 these little 2 gigabyte cards instead of my regular 16 gig one. So yeah, not a lot of recording time on one of these things, let me tell you. Anyway, as I was saying, weekends, gone. Weekends don't exist anymore, and that is a problem. Not really a massive problem, but kind of a massive problem. Because literally 9 times out of 10 when I'm invited to things now, I can't go because I'm working. And it's heartbreaking, because I miss my friends and I miss my social life, and my social life is very important to me, and my friends are very, very important to me, and I don't see them as much anymore. And also, I'm so tired all the time, I'm not even like logging into Facebook or anything, so I don't even talk to them on social media or anything, which, you know, that's all my fault, really. But yeah, it's a challenge. It's a challenge working weekends and working nights. It's very different to any other job type situation I've had. Like, I've had times where I'd be working late, you know, like long days, like, you know, get in at 6 o'clock in the morning and don't finish until after midnight. I've done that, but in general, that's very short-term stuff, and it's just for 1 or 2 days, the odd week, and, you know, that's fine, you can work around that, and that was normally on weekdays as well, so it's grand. But now, like, for instance, last Friday, some of my friends were having a game night, and I couldn't go because I was in work until like 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, that was tough. I was in from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 2 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, 11 hours, not really that bad, like, considering, but like I mentioned earlier, restaurant work is physical. Like, it is seriously physical. Carrying tables and chairs and everything back and forth, and you're running back and forth and back and forth and back and forth in the pantry with food and clearing plates and stuff like that. And my restaurant is big, by the way. I'm calling it my restaurant. Yeah, because I work there. So it's my workplace, so it's my restaurant. I'm allowed. My restaurant. My restaurant is big. My restaurant sits over 250 people. It's huge. It has 5 sections, each one bigger than your average cafe. Yeah, we've got our terrace, we've got a front section, we've got a mezzanine floor, we've got our other section in front of the bar, and then we've got our other section behind the section in front of the bar. So it's big. Like, this place is massive, and you'd be running around from area to area depending on what I'm doing. Like, if I'm focusing on clearing plates and running drinks, that means I'm running over the whole restaurant all night. And it's hard, you know, it's hard, it's physical, it's tiring and heavy stuff. Like, since I started, now I was never really a heavy guy, but since I started, I've lost like 3 inches off my waist, I've lost over a stone, I've built up a lot of upper body strength and leg strength just from the movement and the sheer physicality of the job. And yeah, it's actually crazy the effect that this job has had on my body. And I mean, when I started, I remember one night, I went to walk home and I was so tired, and I'd walked so far. I think I'd walked like 20 kilometers in work or something like that. Something massive anyway, because I have a pedometer on my phone, so I always know how far I've walked. But I walked something massive. It was my first time working a double shift, which is 12 hours. And I decided to walk home afterwards. And I was nearly in tears after the walk home, because it's a 40-minute walk home. I was nearly in tears when I got home with the pain in my legs and my feet. So I decided not to do that anymore. But of course, now that I have more money because I'm working, it means that I can actually afford to get taxis home, which is only a tenner, and it's only on the nights that we finish after 11:30, which is when the last bus goes. But yeah, it needs to be done. It needs to be done sometimes. Most of the time, every time, if I'm to be honest. God, I'm rambling. Anyway, yeah, I just thought I would give you guys a brief update into my life, because I haven't talked to you in a very long time, and I miss making videos. Last night I went back and watched a lot of my old videos, and they're all so cheesy and everything. It was like, oh god, stay to me. Another awkward cut. Jesus, I have to get my memory card back, because this, especially since I started rambling, I feel like it's because it's been so long since we chatted that I've just got a lot to say and a lot to fill you in on, and that's causing problems when we have limited memory. But anyway, yeah, so basically, yeah, that was all I wanted to talk to you guys about. I have got myself a fancy new job working as a waiter, which is, you know, something I enjoy. I get that people don't like, or a lot of people don't like jobs like this, and they think that I should be doing something so much better in my life. But you know what? I love it. It's physical, it's active, I'm not sitting at a desk all day, I'm out chatting to people, which I like. I mean, for instance, like 99% of our customers are so nice, like so nice, and it's grand. Like, I mean, never have an issue with them. So yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful life. Aw, how festive. Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you guys about anyway, my new job, and just to let you know that yeah, I am still, believe it or not, alive after all of these years. And so I will hopefully, probably, maybe have another video for you guys. Oh wait, last bit of news. New season of Wild Rovers is coming out, a mini-series for Christmas. It'll be out, we haven't got a launch date yet, but we have started filming it, so there's going to be a bit more Wild Rovers in the future if you guys were watching the first season and would like to see some more. Okay, yeah, that is everything I wanted to talk to you about. So goodbye, or, you know, as is tradition,